sir, Big Spur starts getting those claws sharpened. Williams-Brice Stadium comes alive in support of their South Carolina Gamecocks. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the UCF Knights taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Gamecocks will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it back looking for help. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Knights offense will go to work first. And we've been really eager to see this matchup, this quarterback against an elite defense. Jesse, what does a quarterback have to keep in mind when you face a group like this?
Well, he's just going to have to be dialed in. He's had a lot of success this year so far. This is a different animal, though, in this defense he's playing. He's got to be really good.
Oh, he's got some space. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Offense getting set for first down. To the ground with the back. Pretty good job of running to get there to the 32.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll try to get outside. Finding open areas. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, you're trying to get the ball to your running back in space, and a really good job tossing it on the perimeter. What do you need? You need to set the edge. You got to do a good job with the offensive line. And then you need perimeter blocking out wide to hold their own. Do a good job, hold their own. Nice positive game, nice positive toss ball.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going, too.
They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's McNabb. At the 35, he's got room. Sprinting away. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Sends it back in motion. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Knights!
I really like that drive for this offense. Putting last week behind them, putting a drive together, showing some explosiveness. This offense really put last week behind them. The poor performance last week, starting off with a bang here today.
UCF 7, South Carolina 0.
He'll bring it out. It's Everett. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So South Carolina's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was second and long. They weren't expecting the run, so now we've got third and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on third. From the gun, wants to pass. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
The short hands, it's Harry. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. And the Gamecocks in a good spot here with second and short. Quick completion to the right. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They've already moved the chains a couple of times on this drive, now out close to midfield. Wants to throw on first down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
I'm loving this offense mixing the toss plays in their game plan. And what these tosses are going to do, it's going to set up a play-action opportunity where they can fake the toss and try to take a shot downfield.
Caught. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
The Knights line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, UCF!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback on the keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. No more than that.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled there last time out. They knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively.
There he goes! Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on third down. Complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Gamecocks can really attack on this second and short. looking for a physical attack from the gun. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
This time there is no running room to be found, and this defense wasn't going to get hit with a big run twice in a row. And the Gamecocks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Takes an easy throw in the flat. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Guys, let's chat just for a second about South Carolina. Good pickup on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star offensive lineman gives them a verbal, and this is the type of talent they need to get into the program and then develop.
Yeah, and this really was more of an emotional decision, I think, for him as well. He's been a fan of this program ever since he was a young boy, and now he's getting a chance to live out his dreams. As a 3-star, he had opportunities to go elsewhere, to play in better conferences against better competition, but this for him felt like home, and now he has a chance to go out and live that dream.
And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass.
Turning it on. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Now on 2nd down. Off the RPO, complete. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right.
A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Knights. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Man, oh man, it doesn't get easier than that. Look at the receiver. He gets wide open. Where's the defense? Nobody around. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the...
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
We haven't even gotten to halftime yet. This offense has their hands full trying to keep this quarterback standing up straight. They've already given up multiple sacks. That's the biggest reason why they're trailing by as much as they are. They better go in at halftime and make some big-time adjustments.
Back open in the middle. Tripped up for the tackle. And how good is it for a quarterback to have a running back he not only can just dump it off to, but can actually be dangerous as a receiver?
Agreed, Reese. It's not just checkdowns or...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The play action fake. Tight end finds a soft spot. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
Quarterback may change this route. He wants to throw it again. He wants it all. Touchdown, UCF! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the big fella. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Looking downfield on first down. Fakes the grab. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38.
Timeout, South Carolina.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got an open man. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. To the air on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. That's reeled in. It's Herring. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll take a shot. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
An ill-advised play by that defender as he makes contact with the quarterback well after the throw, and it'll cost his defense. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going to run it. Finds a crease at the 20. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Finds us back in the middle. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The snap sets up to throw.
What I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the draw.
Touchdown, Gamecocks! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, the head coach has to love what he saw from his offense here at the very end of the first half, when you got to have an execution. Has got to be great in these 2-minute type situations. Really nice job handling the situation by the quarterback, making sure all 10 other guys on offense are on the same page. And they're still losing the football game, but that's a touchdown they absolutely needed to have here at the end of the first half.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On the direct snap, it's Larson. Quarterback moving. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Men, it is hard to beat Columbia when that town is buzzing as it is today. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the corner of George Rogers Boulevard and Bluff Road, Williams-Brice Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. We're just about ready to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Everett. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. The give out of the gun. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. The Gamecocks in the hurry up.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Unleashes one. Working the middle. Off to the races to the right. The 20. Touchdown, South Carolina. He got loose and it was lights out after that.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find it.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. Still on his feet, and remember, he can return it. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive.
South Carolina, 13.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Quickly out to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. The Knights are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell.
Breaks into the open. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
The Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the first. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Knights! And the pummeling has started.
UCF.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. Iowa is getting dominated today, and friends, the folks in Iowa City deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker of a showing.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. He'll start this drive firing. Caught behind the line. It's Need. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Going to swing it on second down. Fires to the right. He's got it. Moves up to the 34-yard line. Give him a 10-yard pickup. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Out of the gun. The running back has it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Gamecocks are rolling down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the air on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Herring. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Wants to throw on first down. Right down the middle. Complete downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Quickly complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. And the Gamecocks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Off the play fake. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecock. Fit it in the window for the score.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
Gets it out fast. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further.
35, South Carolina, 19.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. They want to run this quarterback. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. The Knights with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Quarterback keeps it. Can't get him to the ground. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win. He picks up the big 1st down and keeps the clock moving.
The Knights want to move quickly. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried, when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Finds his big tight end. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the 4th quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Fires to the big fella. Tackle is made at the 44 after the 5-yard gain and the 1st down. The Knights kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's McNabb. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Unloads quickly. Oh, he's got some space. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Quick completion on the out route. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. 1st and goal. It's complete on the right side. Touchdown, UCF! And the beatdown has ensued. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
Yeah, salt into her wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Everett. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They'll start this drive going to the air. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to the left. Out of bounds at the very edge of the red zone at the 20.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. The Knights have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He goes down after the short return. What a play to get the football back. The coach wants the officials to have another look at them out here. Thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. On the set. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Knights! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25.
Let's go! Let's go!
Looking to throw on 1st down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give us as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Got the quick pass. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Defense takes a timeout with 30 seconds remaining. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Pulls and fires complete to the right. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quick release on the RPO. There he goes. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.